Okay, we're going to head out on my last ride on the BMW 2016 GS. I'm just going to kind of show you how easy it is to hook up the pretty slick. Hook up the bags here. These are BMW bags. The top one's a Tecker, I think is the brand. And then these guys just kind of slide on like so. I'm using my microphone in my helmet, so it sounds a little weird. One thing I want to point out real quick is I have dropped this bike at 0 speed twice. It's too tall for me. I'm a really short guy. So my foot just slipped and we went down at a dead stop on this side. So you've got some scratches here, some scratches here. And I just noticed today this plastic is a little cracked there. Other than that, it handled the fall really well. Oops. Make sure we're lined up right. And we're good to go. So, quite slick. Again, 2016. Brand new battery as of last month. Brand new rear tire as of last year. And let's see what else. See, we went down on this side as well, but it didn't really scratch up as bad. Little tiny scratches here. It handled the right side fall, the left side fall a lot better. But obviously nothing bent or any real problems. Just kind of went down. Just grab my gloves. This trunk is pretty awesome. If you go camping and stuff, it's really quite nice to use as like a tabletop or a seat. This is an aftermarket, brand new Saddleman setup on the seat. I still have the original seat in good condition if you want that instead. Everything will go with the bike. The original seat, everything will go with it. And let's jump on and go for a ride. This is a cold start. I have not started this bike in probably a week. Keyless start, so the key's in my pocket. One big thing is I just did the, what do you call it? The 24,000 mile service. Has 25,000 miles on it. Did the 24,000 mile service last month. So it's good to go. I got this little mount that works pretty good for my iPhone. Little USB connector there. Kind of like an aftermarket Amazon deal that works pretty good. This has all the ride modes. We can look through them here as we get going. Right now we're in dynamic mode. That seems to be kind of the most unleashed, most powerful mode. This bike is beautiful, runs perfect. It's been maintained by the dealer. The guy I bought it from said he took it into the dealer. I didn't have all the records, so I can't prove that, but the last couple of years I've had it, I've done all the service at the dealer. A lot of people tend to ask why you're selling things. Honestly, I don't ride it enough, so it's just kind of like, I just view it as like money sitting in the garage. And I feel like I need to sell it to a better home. I ride it, but not enough. And it's also just really tall. So I got the low seat on here. That Saddleman aftermarket seat is the low seat. And I got it in its lowest position. But I have like a 29-inch inseam, so it's not the best bike for my height. It's got the quick shift gear. I don't even know what it's called. You can shift gears without pulling in the clutch. Let's go through the ride modes. So right now we're in dynamic. And then we've got, we've got Enduro mode, Enduro Pro, Rain, Road, and back to dynamic. You can adjust the suspension while you're driving as well. Multiple suspension modes. I mean, it just has everything you'd ever want. Cruise control works beautifully. The handling on these is unmatched. I mean, I don't really need to sell you on the bike. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably already know you want a bike like this. You just want to make sure this one's good, and I promise you this one's good. There's nothing wrong with this bike. It is in really, really good shape and handles really, really well. See, I just shift down into third, down into second without pulling in the clutch. It's kind of convenient. I think the biggest selling point for this is that 24,000 mile service is done. And that was about $1,000. This bike's gonna do whatever you want it to do and take you wherever you want to go, I promise you that. I'm trying to think of every little thing that I could mention to you. Just those little scratches on the sides. It's kind of the only thing I can think of. Never had any issues with it. Like I said, new battery this year, 24,000 mile service. It's got 25,000 miles on it. It's a 2016 BMW R1200GS. A little slippery there. Maintained locally at the BMW dealer on 90th South, down here in the Sandy area. I always say riding this bike feels like cheating, like it's too good. It's too easy to do what you want to do. I've ridden cruisers mostly, and cruisers you can kind of force them to do what you want to do. You got to kind of push on them. And this feels like a video game. It feels like what you imagine riding a motorcycle is like before you ever ride one. It cuts through the wind so well. The air you get is so clean. My cruisers always had wind buffeting issues. If you watch any of my other YouTube videos, you'll see me fighting wind buffeting in like every video. And this thing just slices through the air. You just get this clean breeze on your head. It's not annoying at all. Oh man, it's such a good bike. I'm gonna have a hard time letting it go. But yeah, it comes with the BMW the side bags. The panniers are BMW brand that uses the same key as the bike. The bike is keyless, but it has a key for like unlocking the seat and opening the panniers. And then it is a separate key for that top box, because that is an aftermarket top box. torque anywhere you could imagine you want torque. You can pretty much ride this bike in any gear. I'm gonna go a little slow here. Across the train tracks, and then we'll give it a little, oh! Fucking shit! I know the video doesn't do it justice, but if you're able to watch the speedometer, you probably got a pretty good idea of how that thing pulls. The footage never looks very good out of this camera, though. Oh, yeah. Whew. I wasn't shifting very good there. Wasn't hitting the shifts as good as I'd like, but yeah, this thing is gonna give you a lot of fun. I don't ride it like that all the time. I don't want you to think I'm tearing it up on this bike. I'm usually pretty easy on it. But when you get an open road like that, nobody in front of you, nobody behind you, you just gotta kind of crack the throttle. Sorry. Such a good bike though, and it's so good in the turns. Ah, man. Day. Well, whoever picks up this bike is going to really enjoy it. And I'm really going to miss it. One other thing I didn't mention is I do have some handlebar risers on here. I think they're like an inch and a half maybe. This windshield is adjustable with these little knobs. It's in its, I believe it's in its highest position right now. Yeah, so you can loosen these knobs and bring it down. I have it in its highest position right now. Just to clarify, this does have the low seat on it, but it's not the low suspension model. It's the full suspension model with the low seat. Aftermarket Saddlemen low seat. It is a heated seat. I forgot to mention that. Heated seat, a little button on the side you can turn on and heat it up. I will say, I disconnected the heater from the battery because I kept accidentally turning it on. So the heated seat is actually disconnected, but you can easily reconnect it to the battery if you're better at not bumping that button. I did use it a couple months ago, and it was actually quite nice. This has heated grips as well, so with the heated seat and heated grips, you can actually ride this thing all year round if that's your thing. One other thing I will mention is this bike is always garaged. I do not leave this bike outside. I'll leave the key in there. Ever. So, always garaged. There you have it. There she is. All right, come out and grab it.